The possible deployment to South Korea of a US missile defense system has been hogging the headlines here in recent weeks, and it is also the main focus of a recent parliamentary audit of Korea's embassy in the US. Seoul's ambassador in Washington says the two countries have exchanged information on the so-called THAAD system, but they haven't discussed its deployment to the south. Our Myung-kil reports.
Korea and the U.S. have only exchanged information on key features of the THAAD missile defense system. But there have been no discussions of deployment, Korea's ambassador to the U.S. Ahn Ho-young told Parliament in a recent audit of the embassy.
There were consultations on the THAAD missile defense system, but I can assure you that there were no discussions on deploying the system to Korea.
His comments follow remarks by Deputy Defense Secretary Robert Work, who said earlier this month that the U.S. was considering sending a THAAD battery to Korea. That in turn contradicted remarks by Korean officials who have insisted that there have been no discussions on the issue. The possibility of deploying the Theater of High-Altitude Area Defense System in Korea is controversial here, with critics saying it is part of a broader attempt by the U.S. to get its Asian ally to join its missile defense system. Lawmakers in the parliamentary session said they couldn't understand why such a high-level U.S. official would comment on the possible deployment of the anti-missile defense system if there weren't some truth to it.
Why did U.S. Deputy Defense Secretary Robert Work make such remarks on deployment? The embassy should have worked on clarifying why such remarks were made and prevent misunderstandings.
If there were no discussions at the embassy level, then that means discussions were held at the Korea and U.S. government level.
Another concern is the deployment could ignite tensions with China and Russia, who see the move as a threat to their security interests. The two countries oppose the possible deployment of THAAD in Korea. Myung-kil, Arirang News.